Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JIS Group.
In this video, I will discuss about electric traction motors and their control. I will discuss about parallel and series operation of series and shunt motor with equal and unequal wheel diameter, effect of sudden change of in supply voltage, temporary interruption of supply. These topics are included in module 1 of the subject utilization of electric power. Subject code is EE-702. DC motors. Now it is clear that tractive effort at the threads of the driving wheel is always proportional to the torque at the armature shaft of the electric traction motor, and the relationship between speed, torque and current input to the motor are fundamental importance. We know that for a DC motor, torque T is equals to 1.15925 ZIA by A into P Newton meter. You all know this equation. Okay, you have studied it. Now we can write K into phi into Ia, because apart from flux and armature current, all the other parameters are constant. So for shunt motor, the flux phi is constant for a constant supply voltage. Therefore, the torque for shunt motor, the torque is proportional to Ia. Now in case of series motor, you all know that flux is proportional to Ia. So T is proportional to Ia square. Okay. That is, the variation of torque is greater than corresponding variation in current in series motor than the shunt motor. Now also it can be seen that for a particular armature current, the torque is independent of the supply voltage, which is not true in case of shunt motor. And from this it is clear that even though a shunt motor is operated under constant voltage condition, when a large torque is required, the current input to series motor is smaller than for a shunt motor. Again, for a DC motor, the back EMF is given by EB is equal to V minus IARA R phi, which is equal to phi Z NP by 60A. You all know this equation also. Okay, this is the equation of back EMF. Here R is the resistance of the armature winding in case of shunt motor, and it is resistance, and R is the resistance of armature and series field winding in case of series motor. So therefore N is equals to 60A by phi ZP V minus Ia into R. Now this shows that the speed of DC motor is inversely proportional to field flux. Okay, now combining these equations, we obtain the relationship between speed and armature current for DC series motor, and the relationship is N is equal to 60 into 0.1592 V minus Ia into R by T by Ia, or we can write 9.55 V minus Ia into R by T by Ia. Now with the availability of torque current curves and speed current curves, the speed torque curve characteristics of a DC series motor can be obtained. Now this is for series, green is for series, red is for shunt. And this is the graph of T versus IA. This is the graph for N versus IA, and this is the graph for N versus T. This is the speed torque characteristics, this is the speed current characteristics, and this is the torque current characteristics. Okay, this is for shunt, this is for series motor, this is for shunt, this is for series motor, and this is for shunt motors, and this characteristics is for series motors. Next topic is series motor parallel operation with unequal wheel diameters. Series motor parallel operation with unequal wheel diameter. Unequal wheel diameter. Consider two series motor having identical speed current characteristics. This is for first machine, this is for second one. This is the current of first, and this is the current of the second, and the axis is speed versus, this axis is speed axis, and this is current axis. This graph is speed versus current graph. This figure is load sharing when unequal wheel diameter. This is for series motors, and this is for, consider two motors having identical speed current characteristics driving a car. Now suppose motor A drives a wheel of diameter 72 centimeters and B drive 72 centimeters and B drives a wheel of 73 centimeters. Okay, now for same speed of the car, the ratio of RPM of A to B is 73 by 72 is equals to NA by NB equals to 1.014. Now from this figure it is clear that even though the motors have identical characteristics, but current draw by motor B is less than motor A, and however the difference between two currents is very small. Next is the series motor series operation with unequal wheel diameter. This case is for series motor parallel operation with unequal wheel diameter, and next case is series motor series operation with unequal wheel diameter. Series operation. Now since the motors are connected in series, the current drawn by both the motor is same. But due to unequal speed, voltage drop across two motors are different. Suppose VA, VB and V is the voltage drop across motor A, motor B, and it is the supply voltage. Therefore, NA, speed of first motor by speed of second motor, is equals to VA minus IR by VB minus IR, and VA plus VB is equals to total supply voltage. Now solving these equations for VA and VB, we get VA is equals to V minus IR by 1 plus NB by NA plus IR 1 plus NA by NB, and the value of voltage drop in motor B is IR by 1 plus NB by NA plus V minus IR 1 plus NA by NB. Now if for a supply voltage V and loading I ampere of the motor, the speed is N for either motors, as they are identical, then V minus IR is equals to EB is equals to K phi N. So, and VA minus IR equals to EB dash equals to K phi N. Therefore, NA by N is equals to VA minus IR by V minus IR, or NA is equals to N into VA minus IR by V minus IR. Now, since VA, VB can be obtained by using this equation, hence NA and NB can be obtained. Of course, when motors are series connected and there is no difference in their loading in terms of current, but the power inputs are slightly different. Next is the shunt motor parallel operation. Shunt motor parallel operation with unequal wheel diameter. This is for first machine, this is for second machine. Okay. Now consider two shunt motors having identical speed current characteristics driving a car, and now it can be seen from this figure that IB is much less compared to IA. That is, the loading of the two motors is materially different. Next is the shunt motor series operation with unequal diameter. Okay, Now when shunt motors are operated in series, each machine is normally excited and the voltage across each motor is given by N equals to 9.55 V minus IA into R by T by IA. VA is equals to V minus IR 1 plus NB by NA plus IR 1 plus NA by NB, and VB is equals to IR 1 plus NB by NA plus V minus IR 1 plus NA by NB. Parallel operation, equal wheel diameter but dissimilar speed current curves. Parallel operation, equal wheel diameter but dissimilar speed current curves. Now since the diameter of the driving wheels are equal for the particular speed of the car, the RPM both the motors will be same. If the characteristics of the two motors are slightly different, it can be seen that in case of series motor, the loading of the two motor is slightly different, whereas for shunt motor, it is again materially different. This is for machine A and this characteristics is for machine B. This is IA. This is IB. This is IA. This is IB. This is N. N versus I. Okay, now from the above analysis, it can be concluded that this is the characteristics for machine A and machine B. Both are series motors, and machine A and machine B in this figure are shunt motors. Okay. Now from the above analysis, it can be concluded that for traction purpose, the permissible deviation from the standard speed current curves and difference in diameters of driving wheel in case of shunt motors are much smaller as compared to series motor. However, their restrictions are not applicable as rigorously for DC compound motor, and they are usually preferred for mainline services on undulating routes where the chances of wear and tear of wheel are more. Other important consideration against which the performance of series and shunt motors should be compared one are sudden voltage rise and temporary interruption in the supply. Two motors occur where crossover and section insulators are crossed with the controller on. the effect of sudden change in supply voltage. Now suppose the change, that is increase in voltage, is too sudden that during that period the motor speed does not change because mechanical inertia and magnetic flux does not change because of electromagnetic inertia. The armature current IA is equals to V minus EB by RA. Now for series motor, with the sudden increase in supply voltage, the armature current tends to increase, but with increase in armature current, the flux also increases. With increases the back EMF, EB, and thus bring current back to its initial value. The series motor are less susceptible to sudden change in voltage, supply voltage. And for shunt motor, due to high inductance of the field winding, the rate of change of current in this winding is slow. Therefore, due to increase in supply voltage, the current increases. As the current in the field winding builds up, due to increase in supply voltage, the back EMF increases, and hence the value of increased current starts decreasing. And the current in rush in case of shunt motor will therefore be of longer duration and higher initial value as compared to series motor. As compared to series motor. Okay. Next is the temporary interruption of supplies. Now, is the temporary interruption of supply. Now, if the supply is interrupted briefly and is resorted at full values, there is a characteristics difference in the operation of DC series and shunt motors. And because of high time constant of field winding of shunt motor, and because it is connected across the armature, the back EMF during interruption is maintained even though it is decreasing. But in case of series motor, the back EMF ceases to exist. Now, when the supply voltage is restored, the inrush current in the shunt motor will be determined by resultant voltage in the circuit and the impedance of the circuit, whereas for the series motor it will depend only on the impedance of the motor circuit, and it is and will be relatively much higher as compared to shunt motor. Okay, next is the tractive effort and horsepower. Tractive effort and horsepower. Now, for a DC series motor, under unsaturated condition, T is proportional to I square, or I is proportional to root over T. And since A is inversely proportional to 1 by phi and phi is proportional to I, so N is proportional to 1 by I, therefore N is proportional to 1 by root T. Now, horsepower output is proportional to N into T, or horsepower is proportional to T by root T, or it is proportional to root T. That is, the power taken from the supply is proportional to square root of the torque. And the same relation hold good in case of AC series motor. Now, however, in case of DC shunt motor or three-phase induction motor, the speed is particularly constant, and hence for shunt motor or three-phase induction motor, horsepower is proportional to T. Thus, power from the supply is directly proportional to torque, and this shows that for same torque to be developed, the power input to DC motor or three-phase induction motor is more than in case of series motor. This is for series motor. And this is yet another reason why series motors are preferred for traction purpose. That's all from today's class.
That's all from today's class. If you have any problem, please contact with me. My contact details is given on the first slide. Thank you.